Where do you get good car parts today at good prices? Well, it's not your discount auto store in your neighborhood, I'll tell you that. So stay tuned to the video. Stay to the very end. I'm going to show you some things that are going to blow your mind that you probably never knew before. If you're an experienced DIYer like myself, you'll want to stay. So when getting the best parts at the best prices, it's important to understand you can get good used quality parts and you can get brand new quality parts. There is a difference, and so in order to show you that, we're going to hop on the computer and we're going to show you some good examples of that. The site I'm going to tell you about to get used auto parts, usually used OEM original parts, is called carpart.com. Not car parts, carpart.com. Uh, this looks at all the local auto part resellers in your area and shows you specific parts and what you can get them for. So in my example here, I'm going to show you first, and then we'll move on to getting brand new parts versus used parts. But this is where you can save the most money, and I think get probably the best quality parts because they are OEM original parts. You just have to look out for a few things. So we're going to look at Chevy Suburban starter, and then all areas, and then there's my zip code. We'll just go with that ID for right now. Okay, so here we go. Here's some local parts in the area from a 2015 Chevy Suburban that will likely fit our application. The price they're asking is $50 and they give it a grade. So the grade is basically like, what quality of grade it is. You can look this up and see what used parts grade means. I'm not going to go into it in this video, but this is classified as a grade A part, which means it's the best of the best. We don't know anything else about this. Sometimes if you call the number on here, you can get more information like how many miles, did this part have on it before the vehicle was wrecked and things like that. So let's look at Rock Auto. And I went ahead and pulled it up just for ease sake. And, if you went to go buy a brand new one, you could get a cheap Chinese knockoff one for $70. Probably won't last but like a year or two. Or you could get the OEM quality one for $150. So this is an example here where you could basically save $100 by getting probably the same quality starter depending on how many miles it is, and for a lot less. These starters can typically last, 200, 250,000 miles before they go out. It just kind of depends on the brand. But this is a good way to save some money. So now I'm going to go into an example and showing you just how much these quote-unquote discount auto parts stores charge and how you're really getting ripped off by them and they're not a discount at all. So let's go into that. We'll get back to the video in just a minute. Real quick, like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. Let's get the word out about car maintenance and misinformation. With that in mind, I created a free guide. If you head over to my website, www.fixyourcar.net, click on that orange button, you'll get a free guide that'll show you when you need to do maintenance on your vehicle, and so you won't be led astray and misinformed by the auto manufacturers. All right, now back to the episode. The reason I'm showing you this is most people know about AutoZone. They know about the store, they don't know fully why they buy parts from there. And it's really because of clever uh, marketing by AutoZone. When you think of a car part, you automatically usually think of AutoZone. I'm not trying to bash on them, but there is better places to get parts from, namely price wise. I pulled up some spark plugs for my 2016 Chevy Suburban, and this is the AutoZone price, $11.99, and around $10. Well, one thing you must know about AutoZone parts is most of their parts are at minimum 50% uh, above what they paid for it. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but if you want to save some money, I know of some other resources. And I'm going to show you a site called Rock Auto. Now, before we get into this, you might be tempted, if you don't know anything about car parts, to just get the cheapest part on Rock Auto, and that sometimes can be a mistake. On this video section, down below, you're going to see a PDF, and it's going to show you just particular brands that I like and that work well for aftermarket parts. It's best to go original equipment, but sometimes original equipment, in my opinion, isn't always the best quality either. Take maybe some Ford parts and a part from, let's say, like NGK or Denso. Well, if I could get a Denso part, that's actually a Motorcraft part, which is a Ford part. Toyota parts are way better than Ford parts. Just sort of know that that you can get quality parts at a much better price at a different place. You don't always have to go original equipment either. Some of the aftermarket stuff is just as good. If you're saving money on the labor, just get high quality parts and you'll save yourself even more money in the long run. So this is rockauto.com. They sell all kinds of aftermarket parts. They sell OEM parts. AC Delco is actually a GM brand. So you can see that same spark plug through Rock Auto is $633 versus AutoZone, I believe, was charging $11.99 for it. So realize that they're at least marking it up 50% or more. In some cases, I've seen, let's go look at like wiper blades. This might actually really blow your mind. So wiper blades, I'm not really brand specific on wiper blades, but if you want to get just some cheap ones that'll last you a year or two, these Anco ones work great. The left or the right would be $2.11. And okay, let's go look at wiper blades for the Suburban through AutoZone. Needs me to select that. Okay. Wow, $40. That's one. I think that's just one wiper blade. That's not even two. So you'd be looking at $80 to get some wiper blades. Guess you can go a little cheaper, but not that much cheaper. I think those Duralast ones are the cheapest ones they got, $22. So $44 for a set of wiper blades, or $4.22 plus shipping for some other wiper blade for Rock Auto wiper blades. They'll probably last just as long. So this is a great resource. I use it all the time. I will buy stuff from AutoZone when I'm in a pinch, like something broke and I need it right then and there, go to AutoZone, You're not going to really get around it. That's just what you got to do if you need it right then and there. And a lot of times that's what they're counting on. So I'm not knocking AutoZone. Like, this is really what they make money off of doing, but so does Rock Auto. Like, Rock Auto is in the business to make money too, and they're not charging that much. I have no problem with a business making money, but when you're charging 10 times what the part costs, then it's a bit unethical. I mean, let's just say that. Don't buy from the quote unquote discount auto stores. They're actually not as cheap as you might think. Uh, they actually can be quite expensive. Sometimes even maybe more expensive than the dealership, which sometimes you have to go to. You can't get around some parts on vehicles. I had to replace some seat belts on this vehicle, and of course, the only place I could get it from was the dealership. So just realize that. Hope this video helps. Just wanted to help you guys save some money along the way and help keep your car on the road as long as possible. Take care. God bless.